Before he was Beetlejuice, before he was Batman, Michael Keaton was this. Let's talk about, for Mother's Day, just for fun, Mr. Mom. Bad Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and happy Mother's Day. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Joel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 1983 comedy flick Mr. Mom, originally released by Fox for Sherwood Productions. Now, of course, this film's under license at MGM now. The film was directed by Stan Dragali and produced by Len Loring, Lauren Schiller, and Aaron Spelling, starring Michael Keaton in his first lead role, not his first film, along with Teri Garr, Mull, and Jillian and Christopher Lloyd. It tells the story of a furloughed Detroit automotive engineer who becomes a stay-at-home dad and takes care of three young children as his wife returns to a career in the advertising industry as an executive at a large agency. The film was released on July 22nd, 1983, and was a big success. now let's now again, I am sorry, I'm still kind of under the weather, so I apologize if my sickness gets in the way. Jack Butler lives with his wife Caroline and their children Alex, Kenny, and Megan in a Detroit suburb. During the early 1980s recession, Jack and his friends Larry and Stan lose their engineering jobs at the Ford Motor Company. Caroline, having been a housewife for years, uses her college education and experience working in advertising to re-enter the workforce, leaving Jack to deal with the new and bewildering responsibilities of a stay-at-home dad. Jack discovers childcare and house maintenance involve a complex juggling act, and his initial struggles in daily errands gain the attention and company of other neighborhood housewives. Eventually, he hits his stride, and although somewhat distracted by the flirtatious Joan, a neighbor and friend of Caroline's, he begins to feel confined by suburban domestic life. Simultaneously, he feels strained by Caroline's responsibilities and work life as a fast climbing ad executive. Meanwhile, Caroline contends with challenges in the workforce. Her maternal and housekeeping instincts jeopardize her position as a sophisticated executive, and her boss, Ron Richardson, is intent on having his way with her. During a pitch to a hard to please client, Caroline's insight as a budget conscious housewife proves invaluable. The client's president wants her to fly to LA to help shoot a commercial. In the meantime, Jack's former employer invites him to interview for his old job, but his former supervisor Jinx betrayed his reputation. Jack lectures them on dirty practices and storms out. Ron tries to convince Caroline to leave Jack and marry him, while Joan continues to try and seduce Jack. After a commercial shoot in LA, Caroline relaxes in her hotel bathtub. Ron sneaks into her room with champagne. Back home, Jack tries calling her so the kids can talk to her, but Ron answers and he hangs up. Leading Jack to think his wife is having an affair, Caroline fends off Ron and quits her job. Now then, as for the Indian final act and what you can expect in there, I'm going to go ahead to this. Go to the description box below, fast forward to the time below as you know rules. And I'm now counting down if you've seen this movie already. Continue. Okay, you've been warned. The next day dawns with repair people in the home to fix a broken television and spray for bugs. Caroline arrives home unexpectedly, and she and Jack talk over their misunderstandings, reuniting as a stronger couple. Ron stops by begging Caroline to come back to work as the client thinks only she can properly handle their account. However, Caroline says she intends to get a better job and has missed her family. Though she finally agrees to stay with the agency after Ron agrees to offer her the chance to work from home 2 days a week and reduce her workload in order for her to have the chance to spend more time with her family. Jinx also comes begging for Jack to return to work, but he punches Jinx in the face for being rude to Jack's son and says he won't come back to work unless Larry and Stan do so as well. Jinx accepts the conditions. On the newly repaired TV, the national commercial Caroline helped produce is being broadcast. End of story. So, what did I think of Mr. Mom? Well, I've only seen this film twice, but I am going to say I thought this film was pretty funny and what have you. It was really funny, and I really thought it had a lot of potential and what have you. Anyway, let's see. Now, in retrospect reviews, Laird Maltin, legendary film critic, said the film was a pleasant enough rehash of age-old sitcom premise, and adding likable stars make it palatable, but you've seen it all before. Roger Ebert described the film as a lost opportunity for resorting to cliches rather than finding humor in the characters as portrayed by the promising and talented cast. As of now, the film is set to 76% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying the film makes up for its stereotype driven premise with a sweet script and charming work from a well matched cast led by Michael Keaton and Teri Garr. And Metacritic has it on a score of 50 out of 100. Anyway, this film was a big success upon its release. It made $64 million worldwide against its $5 million budget. After years later, there would be a television adaptation of this by produced by MGM, who now, of course, owns the rights to the film, along with Walmart's streaming service Vudu, that did it as they serve a continuation of the film, following an adult version of Megan heading back into the workforce while her husband takes over the parental duties of their two children. I don't have Voodoo, but I'm pretty sure that was pretty good. I know that was kind of short lived. It came out in 2019. Anyway, I thought the film had really a lot of fun, humor, and what have you, especially once Michael Keaton's character Jack Butler gets his to do his responsibilities as a stay-at-home dad, aka the titular character. I am going to say it was absolutely really really funny. Lee Holdridge does the score for the film, and he's well known for winning Emmy awards and lots of other things. He's composed stuff for concerts and what have you, and that's really something. Let's see. Yeah, after this, he would go on to do music for shows like Moonlighting, as well as the Beauty and the Beast TV series with Linda Hamilton and Ron Perlman, and several others. There's so many to mention, to be honest. Now, as for our cast, I will say Michael Keaton does an exceptionally good job as Jack Butler. Of course, this was one of his earlier performances. I must admit he did an exceptionally good job. Teri Garr plays Caroline, and I must say she was good too, just like she was in some other films I've seen her in, Young Frankenstein and Oh God. Yeah, they were real. Yeah, she was good. As for the kids, Frederick Kohler played Alex, who is the eldest of the group, and Talistan Jaffe played Kenny, the younger son. They're both real good. And Courtney and Brittany White played Megan, the baby daughter of Jack and Caroline. That character was pretty cute. Martin Mull played Ron Richardson. I give him credit for what he had to offer. And Jillian played Joan. Very good. I thought that's who that was. Of course, Of course, and Jillian was, of course, recently was already well known for playing the character of Cassie Cranston on the sitcom It's a Living, which even though that had just been canceled, but it would return a few years later. Jeffrey Tambor, who recently starred on the short-lived Three's Company spinoff The Ropers, plays Jinx. He's pretty funny. Christopher Lloyd, after Taxi had just just come to an end, is in this as well. I'd say he was good as Larry. And there's many others in here: Graham Jarvis, Carolyn Seymour, Miriam Flynn, Michael Ensign, Derek McGrath, even Edie McClurg, who plays a checkout lady at a supermarket, which at the supermarket was absolutely very, very funny. And I really liked that part. That was so hysterical. So overall, I think Mr. Mom is very funny, and it has its moments, but it's fun and what have you. I think if you really want a real funny flick and what have you to watch, even with your mom, or heck, even with your dad, I'd say Mr. Mom would be right up your alley. So, with everything said, would I recommend Mr. Mom? I would say, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'd say, sure, go ahead. I'd make it a draw, actually. Sure, go ahead and give it a one-time watch. This film's easy to find. It's available to stream on various services, including Tubi. So you should have no trouble trying to find that. So anyway, what did you think of Mr. Mom? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Help continue to support my channel, make it grow, and make the views grow. Join me next time when I give you a spoiler-free review of The Iron Claw. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, check out some of these other fun-filled films where guys take over the role as I don't know, something that Gal would do. In the upper left-hand corner, see my review of one of my favorite Robin Williams films where he poses as a nanny to be with his children in as Mrs. Doubtfire. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see old Hulk Hogan as Mr. Nanny. Or you can see my re-review of one of Michael Keaton's later films, one that's finally going to get a long-awaited sequel this year, and that's Beetlejuice from 1988. And the bottom right-hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.